Hi guys, happy Wednesday. We are halfway through our first week back after spring break, and I decided to give you a little change of location. I try to mix it up a little bit, so I'm sitting by my bookshelf today, and that's actually kind of relevant. So, I bet you are wondering why you have, and I'm actually taking mine out of my book, why you have, and this is the book I was halfway through, see, yeah, a little more than halfway now. So I'm taking out of my book, I bet you are wondering why you have a bookmark. It is a bookmark, really it's a paint swatch, but we're making a bookmark. Bet you're wondering why you have a bookmark. Hopefully you already have yours in a book, that would be really cool. But no matter where it is, I would like you to find your bookmark, because we are going to write what's called an acrostic poem on this bookmark. So what that is a poem that has adjectives usually describing a noun written in a format that looks like this. So I know that you can't totally see this board. I'm going to do my best, and I'll kind of scoot it as I go. So what you guys are doing, you're actually going to do an acrostic poem that is your name. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if your name has more than 6 letters, it gets a little tricky. And I actually went through each student in the class sort of thinking, okay, how many letters? And Nicholas and Kingsley are the only ones that have more. So feel free to shorten. Actually, Nicholas and Kingsley both use abbreviated names sometimes. So feel free to shorten if your name is too long for the 6 spaces. So both Miss Klinenberg and our first names would fit in these spaces. So I actually spent some time thinking about, when you're writing an acrostic poem, you don't just want to do the first adjective that comes to mind. Like Nigel and Nicholas could say nice for N. And yes, Nigel and Nicholas are very nice. But you want to try to think of adjectives that really truly describe you. And it's sort of a fun exercise. And I think that with the help of a list, which I'm going to post on Google Classroom, I'll post a couple lists, that really makes this easier if you get really stuck on a certain letter. I even looked online just adjectives that start with that letter. So I got particularly stuck on a couple letters where I didn't feel like they fit. So the lists, definitely look on Google Classroom, the list will help you. So on the board, I'm actually going to start with, I thought about Miss Klinenberg. Her first name is Maya. So you would write your name like this down your bookmark. So she's going M-A-Y. A. And you can do this in any sort of color you like on your bookmark. So she would be M-A-Y-A. And I know you can only see the M and the A. So M-A-Y-A, like that. And the adjective that I thought for her that starts with M. Now, there are a lot of adjectives that start with M. You could say marvelous. You could say musical. You could say, messy. You could say magical. But what I really tried to do is think about Miss Klinenberg and think about the things that she is. And not that she isn't musical and sometimes messy. We're all sometimes messy. I think that her best adjective is methodical. And what methodical means is she really thinks about sort of the process of things. Methodical people are usually pretty organized. So she is methodical in the way that she teaches. She likes to have a plan and she sort of sticks to it. For A, she is also attentive. She is very attentive to the needs of you guys as students. Now Y is one of those tricky letters that doesn't have very many, but she is also youthful. And youthful doesn't necessarily mean young. Someone who's youthful sort of has an energy, like a more positive, and not positive, I guess that's not right either. Someone who's youthful, not useful, someone who is youthful has this sort of energetic, happy presence. And our last A, methodical, attentive, youthful. Oh no, I really thought of this ahead of time, and all I'm remembering is my own A. So we're gonna pause on that. Maybe she can fill in. Oh, I remember now. Affable. And affable is just a kind of like a fancy word for friendly. So, there we have it. Maya's acrostic poem. Miss Klinenberg's acrostic poem. Which, if she was making herself a bookmark, it would just say Maya, probably, not Miss Klinenberg. So, now, I'm just going to sort of tell you mine, and sort of explain. So, here's the thing is, I told you guys I didn't want you just to think of the first adjective that came to your head. So, when I think of A, I immediately thought of acrobatic. Now, I am definitely not acrobatic, so I'm not going to write acrobatic on this bookmark, because that's not the point. The point is to really try to describe yourself. So for A, I'm going to write absent-minded. Someone who is absent-minded puts their lessons in weird spots around the classroom and asks students to find them. Or offers students a penny to find the set of markers that were misplaced. So absent-minded sort of means forgets things sometimes. The second letter in my name is M, and I am going to go with messy for that. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry to do things, so I'm in a hurry to eat really quickly, and that can be messy, or I've been told that my car is messy. At the end of a school day, sometimes the desk gets a little messy. So my M is messy. My B is bookish, and someone who is bookish usually would prefer to read a book than go to a party, and might have a large collection of books. And I know this doesn't look large because you can only see this row, but I have a pretty big collection of books, and I do consider myself a reader. So bookish is my B. My E is expressive. So someone who is expressive sort of indicates how they are feeling. They communicate. So expressive doesn't always mean that I express myself in happy ways. Like it can be nervous ways, or it can be sort of sad ways. So expressive just means whatever my emotions are, I sort of show them. And the R that I thought of, which I am, relaxed. I like to think that I don't really get too uptight about things. I try to sort of go with the flow. So I would say that generally I am a relaxed sort of human. Teaching online has been less relaxed, but we are getting better. So I'm feeling more relaxed as time goes on. So that is our acrostic poem. So you guys are going to write your name right here, each letter of your name, and then do some research and really think about the adjectives that you want to describe you. And bonus, if you want this to count as a language for both younger and older students, so really for whoever wants this to count as a language, I definitely think for older students, you have to have two reasons why. So you would say someone who is bookish, reads a lot of books, owns a lot of books, and would rather read a book than go to a party. Someone who is methodical, is very organized and pays attention to the steps to do something. So if you want this to count as a language, you would have to, if you're an older student, you have to give two reasons or two ways how a person is that or how you are that. So you would say, I am, if there's O, I am organized. I show that by. Or someone who is organized files their papers right away and keeps all their movies in alphabetical order. Something like that. So, the doing it as a language is sort of a bonus, but I would be curious. I think it would be fun if you guys do these bookmarks, and maybe in our Zoom group time sometime we can share them, or at least one of our adjectives for ourselves. I think that would be fun. Okay. With that, you should find a comfy spot because we are going to listen to some music. This week's feature composer is Aaron Copland. The feature composition is an excerpt from Appalachian Spring. In his music for the ballet Appalachian Spring, Copland made the music interesting to listen to by beginning with slow, gentle music, and then using the lively folk tune Simple Gifts. The lively folk tune is played first by the clarinet, then the oboe, strings, trumpets, woodwinds, and the entire orchestra take a turn with the theme. All right. See you in our Zoom.